Ten Who Dared is generally a pretty good Disney film. This was released in 1960. It's directed by William Beaudine, written by Lawrence Edward Watkin, based on the journal by John Wesley Powell. And this does tell the story of Major John Wesley Powell, who led the expedition through the Grand Canyon to chart the Colorado River. I'm paraphrasing from IMDb. I cannot say how accurate it is, but considering it's based on Powell's journals, I'm going to assume that there is a lot of accuracy in here. But if you know anything about this time period or about Powell as an individual and you have any thoughts on that, please do feel free to share. And the idea of him being the first to travel down the Colorado River, this is a really exciting concept. And the film explains things, certainly very early on, in a way that I think is really easy to understand for either people like me with minimal knowledge of this, or for young children who might be learning about this for the first time. It does explain things really well. It also tells us at the beginning that this is an authentic account, so I'm going to believe them, but if it's not, please do let me know. And it is quite a fascinating film. It does get a little slow around about the halfway point, but even when that's the case, it is so stunning to look at. It has a lot of very soft golden colours to it, and the lighting is so gorgeous. Good camera work, lovely locations. Apparently it's filmed at least in part in Utah. If anybody knows any more or anything else specific, please do let me know. The performances are good. I have no idea how accurate the characters are to the true individuals. John Wesley Powell is played by John Beal. We also have Brian Keith, James Drury, R.G. Armstrong, and various others, and we had really good performances across the board. The characters felt realistic, they felt believable, so for me, there were no problems there. It was easy to buy into their stories and to follow them on this journey. And even when, as I said, it was a little slow, the characters themselves remained quite interesting. It's a good, easy watch, it's educational, assuming it's accurate, and as a story, although it's a little slow at times, it does work well. The characters are great, visually very satisfying. It's quite a gentle watch as well, which definitely works really well. It's not too intense, and I think that it gives us more time to focus on the characters themselves and what I assume are the historical aspects of the story, rather than something that's high intensity where we're focusing more on the action rather than the key plot points. That's not to say I think it wouldn't work if the pacing was faster and there was more action, but I think the approach here does actually work well for the story. And that being said, the poster I'm looking at on Wikipedia has the line, "1 terrifying mile straight down into a canyon of destruction." That maybe sounds a little bit more dramatic than the film presents. That being said, there are certainly moments in the film that are more dramatic, but it's also quite slow at times. But nevertheless, I enjoyed it. I thought 10 Who Dared was an interesting experience. I'd love to know if you have any thoughts on this, of the time period, of the accuracy. But from my perspective, I liked it, and I'm happy to recommend it.